What is good, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today we've got some big Atlus updates from Persona Q2 in addition to the mainline Persona series, and could Nintendo finally be ready to go with the N64 Mini that's been long rumored? We got some new information on that, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with Persona Q2. We've got an update from Atlus on this game because this game has been announced. I think it was last year it was announced, and we've seen nothing on the game outside of this logo that you guys are seeing right here and says "Take Your Heart" with this hat and everything like that, actually tying into Persona 5 or something like that, right? So there's been nothing, and Atlus has said that they are working hard on the game and said that the title is in earnest development. So that's pretty much the update from the producer of the game, Kazuhisa Wada. That's what he had to say on the matter, and to me it seems like something is going on with this game. Could we potentially be getting a Nintendo Switch port of it? Now, we did get that little, I guess, flub by Atlus saying like, hey, there's no more 3DS, and people didn't know what platform it was on, but then they kind of quickly adjusted and said, no, it's still coming to Nintendo 3DS. But something tells me that this game will also be ported over to the Nintendo Switch as well, because I think that you're leaving so much money off the table if you don't bring this game over. Look at the Nintendo 3DS sales at this point. It's still going okay. I mean, they're still selling well, especially in the US. It's been selling better because of the prices and everything, but in the Japanese market, it's pretty saturated because it's over what the PS2 originally sold. It's over what the Wii sold. Like, the 3DS has been really good in Japan. I think it's like over 23, 24 million units overall, so that's a lot of people with 3DSs, and sales have tailed off considerably down to the 10,000 units range, 7 to 8,000 units every single week, which is not bad at all, but there just isn't a lot of software coming out for it. You're seeing a lot of developers, especially third-party developers, have a lot of success with stuff like Snack Roach Jars. Like Level 5 is bringing out some good stuff for the Nintendo Switch, so I don't think that it would be feasible for them, especially considering how long this title is taking, because it's not going to come out like anytime soon, at least. I think it would be kind of crazy to release this game like in 2019 or at the very end of 2018 and not have a Nintendo Switch version of it. So I do think that they're going to do a dual release. You're going to be able to get it on the Nintendo Switch in addition to the 3DS, and that's what's taking so long, just because you can't only release it on the 3DS. And I don't think software sales would be fantastic if it was only on that system as well. Now, this is just my opinion on the matter, guys. I don't think that they should take away Nintendo 3DS. Please don't think that I'm trying to say that. All I'm trying to say is that I think that a Nintendo Switch version, in addition to the 3DS version, is being developed just so they can have both. Because software sales for 3DS games is obviously non-existent. You don't see a lot of them. Nintendo isn't even developing a ton of 3DS games. A lot of just ports and remakes and stuff like that. Nothing really too big or new. So I think Atlus is going to go the Nintendo Switch and 3DS routes. They might be on their last legs with the 3DS. They seem to be one of the last developers that are actually developing on the Nintendo 3DS with bigger titles. Like, Atlus does have some good stuff coming. Etrian Odyssey, Another Strange Journey, Shin Megami Tensei as well, and they also have this game too. So they're like the last frontier. They're on that thing right before it's about to sink, then all of a sudden you just jump off. But no, the 3DS is doing fantastic, especially here in the US. It's continuing to sell pretty good rates every single month with leaked numbers coming out selling 70K plus, so definitely not bad at all. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to Atlus and what they're doing with Persona Q2, kind of how it's taken a while for them to show off anything? Do you guys think a Nintendo Switch version is coming? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, now moving on to the next topic here. We have some more Atlus news, because you guys know we can never get enough of Atlus and their RPGs here on Player Essence. So Atlus is working on mid and long-term plans for Persona, including a new numbered title, so a mainline game. And once again, Atlus developer Mr. Wada is back at it, talking about different things here. So the producer of the upcoming Persona dancing games shared some info on the company's current development in a recent interview. Now, Mr. Wada also shared some more information about the Persona series, saying, quote, "We've been working on a medium and long-term plans, including numbered titles, so that fans can continue enjoying the Persona series for next year and beyond." Now, Wada also teased that the company is currently working on some new collaboration projects as well. And then lastly, he shared that Persona 3 Dancing Moon Knight and Persona 5 Dancing Star Knight will continue getting DLC until August. There will also be free weekly DLC as well. So let's talk about this just a bit, guys, because you guys know how I feel about Persona 5 on the PlayStation 4. And if you don't know, if you're a new subscriber, I absolutely love the game. I have the Take My Heart edition, came with a little school bag and all the cool stuff that you get in there, but I think it's a horrible PlayStation 4 game because of how Persona is played. All of the downtime, all the kind of walking around, the little mini game stuff that you do. It would just be really cool if you can just play that game lying down, because it is a turn-based RPG. You're just pressing the X button half the time. I mean, you press other buttons, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. It's not like an action game to where you kind of just need to be up, and it's better suited for a TV. The visuals in the game are never anything like crazy in terms of technical stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still very good, but I think that they push art style over raw technical specs, and I just feel that the Persona franchise fits so well playing handheld. That's why I love the Persona 4 Golden. I thought that game was fantastic. I thought that it fit the PS Vita so well, and that's why so many people purchased the game on the PlayStation Vita, because it was that portable experience that you can take anywhere with the style of game that Atlus is. So I'm hoping that this does include, to kind of lead all of that, I'm hoping that this does include the Nintendo Switch in their plans, because the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo in general has never gotten a mainline Persona game. Now, we've gotten Persona Q, which was the first Persona title to ever appear on a platform outside of Sony, so that is a start. But we'll have to wait and see what the rest of this is. But I think that Atlus is really limiting themselves with this style of game if it's Persona, right? Persona, they're really limiting themselves. Now, obviously, they make the decision. Whatever decision that they decide to ultimately make when it comes to Persona, that's cool. But I would love for it to be like PS4 and Nintendo Switch. And they did have that survey a bit ago asking people, where would you like to play Persona at? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys went over there and said, yo, I'd actually like to play it on the Nintendo Switch, because it fits the system so well. So what do you guys think about this in terms of their plans with mid and long-term plans for the Persona franchise? What are you expecting to be announced? Do you feel that there could be something at this year's Tokyo Game Show? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving into the final topic here. Could we be getting the N64 Mini this year? There's been some recent trademarks and some chatter about that, because Nintendo Co. Ltd. did apply for an N64 trademark, and that has just caused a lot of people to say, all right, here we go, it's coming. But here's the thing, guys, this has already been rumored, and Nintendo has had extreme success with the NES Classic and also the Super Nintendo Classic as well. So I would expect nothing's confirmed at this point. We don't have any official details, guys. I'm not saying Nintendo is going to do it 100%, but what I am saying is that based on the trademarks, based on some of the information and rumors that we've gotten before, based on Nintendo's own talking like, hey, we're not going to comment on that, I just feel that there is going to be something in the works when it comes to the N64 Classic. These little mini consoles are not super expensive to produce now that Nintendo's gotten the hang of it, and they can put pretty good markup prices on them for really old games. So I would expect there to be an N64 Classic coming with stuff like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, and more of the classic lineup that the N64 does have. Now, just to kind of go into my own personal thoughts, guys, I'm not big on the N64. I think some of you guys that have been following me, if you watch my live streams, you guys know that. I mean, there are some great games, don't get me wrong. 1080 snowboarding, wave race, there's a lot of cool stuff that they can put on there that I'd like to see, but the problem with the N64 to me is that there just was not enough RPGs. Ogre Battle's pretty cool, you've got Paper Mario, but there's not a lot, and Quest 64 is trash. But you also have Super Smash Brothers and so many other great games that people did like. I remember playing Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest back in the day. That was a lot of fun too, especially because I'm a huge Ken Griffey Jr. and Seattle Mariners fan. So we'll just have to wait and see on this. We don't have any official details, but it could be happening this year based on some of these trademarks and kind of what's going on, some of the previous rumors that we've gotten, but we still need to wait for the official confirmation. So I want to ask you guys a question in the chat. If you guys could pick 20 N64 games for you to put on this N64 Mini, let's just go ahead and set that number at 20. What games would you want on there and why? Or just tell me what games would you want on there, because there are a lot of great multiplayer experiences, a lot of great local stuff that would be pretty cool for this type of mini system, busting out the N64 controllers and everything. Let me know your thoughts on that. In addition to all the different Atlus news with Persona Q2, in addition to the next mainline series for Persona, I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.